car is spec'd out from is termed Fairlady in North America, but it is usually 350 or 370Z for Europe.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
And this one in particular, this is a tribute to the 1971, I've got to try and get this right, 1971 East Africa, I think it was East Africa, the 19th running of the East African Safari winner, which looked like this. Sorry, I totally butchered all of that. It's a lot to remember for this.
It looked like that sounded like you were reading a really distant auto cue.
But yeah, so quite an iconic car. In 1971, it won a Safari rally. Safaris, they're not really a thing anymore. They used to be these really like grueling endurance races. To win one was quite a challenge. And yep, so Nissan did that with the Fairlady back then. And it looked a bit like this, but it was the old style Fairlady. And Chris Forsberg decided to make his own tribute to it. This car is built to American rally regulations, so if he wanted to, he could race it. So it's got incredible suspension on it, got all the safety stuff you'd expect for it. And the engine's fairly stock because for rallying, you don't really want huge horsepower. So it's in around, I think, 200, 300 horsepower mark. I can't remember. Yeah, about 300.
A silly question. What's the difference between like American rally regulations and like UK? Is there UK rally regulations?
It's subtle differences. So it's just dependent on the governing bodies. So the World Rally Series is run by the FIA, and the Americans have their own series. I think it's
Just got their own.
I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, it's subtle differences, but for the most part, same kind of regulations.
Okay, fair enough. Right, I've got any more interesting facts about this thing then? So, window. It's like
Yes, they are. Yeah,
the different vent designs of different cars. I don't know. It's just, I always love that.
the details.
It's always one of those where you look at it and go, is it style or is it performance?
Yeah.
It's a Ferrari. It's both.
That's a good answer there. I'll take that. There you go.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, so yeah, as I was saying, this one's a real technological marvel. So the Laferrari, they started to move towards hybrid. This is really embracing hybrid. So it's actually a plug-in hybrid.
Oh.
Hence, you've got the two fuel fillers, which we were confused about earlier. One of them is for charging it, and the other one is for filling it with petrol. So the combination of the engine, which is a slightly better version of the one found in the F8 Tributo, went out to 4 litres, twin turbo V8. That's making 780 horsepower. And then the 3 electric motors take up to nearly 1,000 horsepower. And that makes it the fastest accelerating Ferrari ever, and potentially fastest ever production car, as it has. So Ferrari's claimed 2.5 seconds to 60, but people have tested it and it's doing it in 2.
Rowney, appreciate the follow, dude. Sorry that you're
That's
a little
very
sort
fast.
there.
You'd think they'd be like,
I appreciate you, bud.
It's 2 seconds.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It is kind of unusual.
It is unusual.
Yeah.
Normally Ferrari are bang on with their numbers, but yeah. I think that was tested on a drag strip, so a bit better traction. But
Downhill?
Yeah.
Wind behind them?
All right, well, let's take a look.
So it's the kind of core or staple car in Ferrari's lineup. So this is their mid-engined V8 supercar. As I mentioned, it runs the same engine that the SF90 has. It's the F154, which is a phenomenal engine. It's won 14 International Engine of the Year awards for people that go to those. Actually, it is really.
I bet they would mock
really,
off after as well, wouldn't they? Like,
Yeah.
best British car, who
We've
cares?
got 14 International Engine of the Year awards. But no, it is an incredible engine. So in the F8 Tributo, it's actually the same engine that was in the Ferrari 488 Pista, which is the track car. And we're running, I think it's 710 horsepower, which is an absolutely monumental number for an everyday supercar.
Everyday
Yeah.
car.
You could daily this easily, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Ferrari make a bike rack for this. You just shove it on and go mountain biking. We were talking about earlier the custom suitcases.
They might.
If you ask nice enough and pay them enough, I'm sure they will make it a bike rack.
Yeah, they often have like snowboard racks and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't they? So yeah.
Okay, all right. I'd like to see this in the
I haven't
background.
confirmed it, but they do have a surprising selection.
Oh,
Chris.
Have you got insurance?
no. Ruined.
Because the car costs quite a lot.
That's a little. I mean, we're talking about this on Forza Monthly as well. This is one of the cars that has like you've got that driver info on the passenger side as well. So as a passenger, you can be like, should have slipped into fifth gear there. I don't know. Backseat driving.
That'll be the last time they're the passenger.
So yeah, that's we spoke about that a little bit on Forza Monthly, and it's we got and more content though, because we now need to move on to talk about the bug fixes, everyone's favourite topic. So now normally bug fixes is something we'll talk about towards the end of the show, but we've got some big ones to talk about this time. So take it away.
So, well, let me use some technology here, as known as paper, to read the not the full list of the
Toyota racing developments.
You anticipate.
And there's a 3-letter acronym I know I get asked. So this, in the same vein as the other two, is kind of a performance off-road version of the truck. So earlier on, the SVT Lightning,
Didn't we
that
have
was
this
very
already?
much built as
The
a performance
TRD
on-road truck.
something
This
running?
is
We've already
kind of
got
going the other
Tundra.
way. It's still fast, but it's built to be incredible off-road. It comes standard with Fox internal bypass shocks, which are amazing things. Please trust me. Internal bypass is like things I dream about. I really want some for my Land Rover.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
Has it got internal bypass?
Internal bypass, yeah. It means
Laying in bed at night just
Mate, Cole,
dreaming
you're
of
more than welcome
suspension.
to move the stream, mate.
I legit do.
It's a 5-seat as well.
Yep.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Racing division with space between the kids and the dog.
Oh yeah. Actually perfect for kind of going away camping, stick a roof tent on it. Yeah. Fantastic car for that. Unlike the Tundra, this is a V6. I think it's 370 horsepower. I'm sure I'm wrong. There's too many
You say it more
cars this
confidently, it
series.
just becomes
Yeah.
fact.
But yeah, it's plenty enough to make it move quite quickly, and especially off-road where you don't have much traction. It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah. All right, bear with me here, but there's something really comforting about the aesthetic of this truck. I don't know what it is. It's like it's blocky, but there's rounded edges. It feels like secure and safe. I don't know. That's giving me vibes.
Yeah, I really like the design
I'm sure that
as well.
is music to the Toyota designers' ears.
I'm so comforted by it. I feel so safe. Definitely we want speed and aggression. Yeah. No, very nice. I think you could fit a whole family's worth of shopping in the back there as well. So
Oh,
practical.
easily, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of oranges.
Have this alongside your Ferraris so you can actually go
Yeah,
to shops.
this would be the one that's trailing the Ferrari with your golf clubs in the back, and your golf cart, and your golf workers.
Probably could get a golf cart in the back of
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you
right,
could.
yeah, I think so.
that. I should probably say this is one of the car pass cars for this series
Oh,
as well,
right, yeah.
just so people know how to get it.
Cool.
I mean, how much would this set you back in real life if you're gonna purchase one of these?
I actually don't know that.
So it's TRD, isn't it? So it would be
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to buy this specific model from Toyota. I'm not sure what the Tacoma would be about. 45?
You can buy these from Toyota. You can get them from the Toyota dealership.
Sorry,
Yeah. I think probably
stand
$40,000,
corrected.
$45,000, $50,000.
Not awful, is
At a
it?
guess.
Really?
Yeah.
So out of touch. It's not terrible.
You've got to be careful.
I feel like you could get.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but then I'm so like out of touch with. Where it's like, well, this Ferrari would take you back about 500,000. So
Yes.
compared to all that.
Absolutely, compared to the SF90, this is
Yes,
Yeah.
this is a very cheap
This
car.
is the affordable car in the show.
Yo,
etc. This was kind of one of them. So this is Dodge Magnum SRT8, street racing technology.
So they've started to add an estate. So I would like to see the Ford Mondeo ST220 and the Ford Mondeo ST220 estate. Thanks.
A very practical family car, and dumped a 6.1 litre Hemi V8 in it, 425 horsepower, making it a proper muscle car. With all the practicalities of what we know as in Europe an estate car, or a wagon for Americans. And yeah, absolutely amazing car. It's a bit overpowered, as you'd want from your muscle car.
Yeah, 45 is pretty high for
yeah.
the year, isn't it? But I guess
Yeah.
Dodge. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Charger went on to eventually with the Hellcat 707. But the other thing is, this was incredibly rare. So they only made them in 2006 and 2008, not 2007 for reasons. In fact, it was more, they facelifted them in 2008 to this look, which is more in line with the Charger of the time. But they only made, I'm just going to check notes here, 239 of these, which is, so now we get to see this in daylight, because on monthly it was, we're obviously at night.
Yes.
So here we can see it, I mentioned on monthly the rear kind of trunk line on it. I really like it, the way the 3/4 panel sweeps up and the trunk line
It's a
kind of
very
comes back
pretty
down
car,
and
man.
joins into it. It's a really beautiful car, this.
Yeah, it's a really interesting way to do it as well. It just comes up and like collects another piece and goes back down again.
Yeah.
Show us then.
Put the roof up, and you can
Let's
even
see it,
put the
Dave.
roof up. Right, so
It's got a much more modern sleekness to it.
here we go.
In real time
In
as
real
well.
time.
In real time.
Yeah, I love this one. Just the way it stacks is very...
Please do not try this at home. Do not stop in the middle of the road.
It's very very pleasing engineering. Isn't it?
Yeah, it really
Oh,
is.
Look at that.
Could you imagine if you're driving along and there was a Ferrari and they're just doing that in the middle of the road? Like you've got to wait.
I'd just stop and look at it.
Yeah, that's an absolute power play. I think I would do that. It's like, you all have to stop and watch.
You'll wait for me. I've got a Ferrari.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know.
2 drops of rain in the air, I must stop everybody so I can put my roof on.
Sounds about right. It's got a real nice sound to it as well. It's like really.
Yeah.
So this is the first time the F154 engine, the twin turbo V8 came in. Stat from earlier, first turbocharged Ferrari since the F40. Really hoping I'm right on that one.
I'm still shocked by it, but yeah. Great,
Yeah.
great stat all the same.
Yeah.
Even if you made it up, it's still cool. Yeah, I won't check, so I'll stay impressed by it.
Right, for the next show, let's do 2 truths and a lie. You give us 2, we'll figure out which one's a lie.
I'm just going to start interweaving loads of false facts into these things.
That's the best way to farm engagement. Let everyone else be like, actually, that's wrong. That's not right.
As I mentioned, I had this on a poster along with things like an F40.
What a
50,
beautiful car.
Countach. Yeah, it's that kind of caliber of car from late 80s, early 90s. And I think there's few cars, when you look at it, show that time period in design as much as this thing. Just absolutely
cool.
incredible looking car.
Sounds amazing as well.
It really does sound amazing, yeah. So, as I also mentioned earlier, not a V12 in this, it's a flat 12, which is a little bit different, but allowed it to get that really low body line. I do actually know some celebrity owners on this one.
Go on.
Elton John had one.
That's good.
That's
My
a
my
really-
That's a
favourite.
good celebrity.
That's a really good
My
celebrity.
I think, well,
People
No
will know
offense
who
to all the
that.
other
People will know who that is.
Michael
There's a
Jordan,
lot of
Mike Tyson, and my
Ferraris.
favourite one.
Damn.
Favourite one.
There's a
MC
lot of
Hammer.
Ferraris in this,
Hey.
You
man.
have to get this car.
4
This
Ferraris.
is the coolest car
How
now.
rare are
1,
they?
2, 3.
Not as rare as other Ferraris.
Atlas,
They did
appreciate
make
the
quite a lot of them. They
follow,
were
dude.
quite a popular car, but as with all Ferraris, still quite rare.
Right. So as chances go, you can touch this.
Yes, yeah.
I like
That was
it.
great.
Yeah.
was
Figure
great.
out how I can work that in. Yeah.
So-
The lines are just so like visionary though. Like the way that the entire bodywork is designed there is so it looks like it's just designed for some like real moody, sultry nighttime drive under like city neon lights.
Oh yes. It definitely would have been under neon on that poster, right?
Oh
This
yeah,
is-
absolutely, yeah. I think of this. I mean, partly because of Miami Vice, but I just think of Miami with this car.
Yeah.
Like it would fit so in white.
And you're wearing a Forza Street T-shirt, which is set in Miami.
Yeah. What coincidence.
Yeah.
Lovely. All I think about when I see these though is how much of a pain that must be to clean. Like in between
Oh, yeah.
all of those little
Little tiny toothbrush.
Yeah, you're cleaning away. I've seen these car detailing videos lately, and the pressure, the stuff they go through to get into all those little nooks and crannies. That would be